The philosopher Aristotle said that ultimate happiness only comes when humans have a purpose. One of my favourite science fiction writers, Dan Abnett, he writes, "A mind without purpose walks in dark places." And as we look at the question of why does God allow suffering today, purpose is actually a really important thing to think about. You see, by allowing suffering to continue in this world, but also giving us humans like a measure of his creativity and his intelligence and his compassion, God has actually given us everything we need to be part of the solution to ending suffering. He's given us an incredible purpose in life so that none of us will ever walk in dark places without purpose. So we will know happiness in this life through that purpose. In the Bible, a Christian leader called Paul wrote to encourage some Christians who were suffering. In the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 28, he wrote, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who've been called according to his purpose." He wrote this to people who were suffering. But his message was that through suffering, God can work for our good. God can give us purpose through that because we've been called according to his purposes. I think one of the biggest problems that we all face with this coronavirus lockdown is that a lot of us feel like we've been denied our purpose. You know, we created this life for ourselves of purpose, of meaning. But what if, during this season, we actually start to discover that our purpose all along was to make the world a better place for others to live in, to be part of God's plan to prevent and lessen the suffering of others. I'll give you an example. My 4-year-old daughter, she falls over. Do I stand there and say, "Isn't it terrible that there's suffering in the world"? Just stand there and watch her cry. Or do I take responsibility? Do I fulfill my purpose in life as her father? Do something about her suffering and pick her up and hold her. Jesus said the most important commandment after loving God with everything you have was to love your neighbour, other people, in exactly the same way. So where is there suffering that you might help someone else to be free from? Who might you see suffering that you can pick up? Will you be brave enough, creative enough, and loving enough to fulfill this purpose that God has set for you in life? I pray you will. If you've enjoyed the thoughts that I've shared in this vlog today, please like, subscribe, share with others. And may you know that God has so much faith in you that he has made you part of his plan to end the suffering of others in this world. God bless you. I'll see you soon.